Patience, number one. Yeah, patience is the key to everything. Things might not happen for 2 years. And if you give up, you're never going to see what happens. So if an entrepreneur lacks patience, they might as well give up because nothing good happens quickly. And anyone that tells you like this is an overnight success is lying to you.
Hi, Amanda. Thank you for being here. Welcome to the show.
Of course, thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, first, can you introduce yourself? Where are you from? And where are you at right now?
Yep. My name's Amanda Gedney. I'm from the US. I'm from New York, and I've been living in Chiang Mai, Thailand for 9 years now.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Can you also tell me about what you are doing now? The theme for this podcast is all about understanding your journey of starting out your business, and you have such and both inspiring business that can actually support people who are looking to move into Thailand, and we will talk more about that. And I want to hear from you a little bit of background about your business.
Definitely. So, I'm the founder and CEO of Settle in Abroad. We help people relocate to Thailand. So, we do everything from visas to real estate to legal documents, everything that anyone needs to live in Thailand, we can help with.
Wow. So, is this your first business?
Yes. Yeah, this is my first business.
So how do you get inspired to choose to be in this business?
Think my whole life I've always known that I wanted to be my own boss. So I was always trying to find a way to first either work remotely or have any sort of flexible job where I could be more in control. I just really never wanted someone else in control of my future. And, none of us have control over the future. But when you're your own boss, you at least can set your life into healthier routines and just focus on really what's important versus like the corporate world. The corporate drama and everything involved with it, I just could not deal with it.
So can you share a little bit more about your journey before starting your own business?
Yeah. So I went to university in New York City at the Fashion Institute of Technology. I actually went to school for fashion, but my degree was in advertising, marketing, and communications. So it really was the perfect university because it really does foster entrepreneurs and creativity. Like our classes were very public speaking based, and we did many internships, and it was very real life because in America, universities, there are so many options, and many people choose to live on campuses in rural places. But I knew I wanted to be in New York City. So basically, from day one of starting my university, I felt like it was my dream life in New York City, just meeting people from all over the world. None of my friends were American. I think always somehow I've been trying to leave the US and that happened. But in my third year of university, I studied abroad in Paris for 6 months, and that's truly what opened my eyes to the world. I went to 15 countries in those 6 months and just was so motivated to see the world and do as much as possible without being in an office because there's just so much out there, and when you're set on someone else's routine and schedule, it limits you from being open to many opportunities out there.
Wow, it seems like your heart always call you to the path of being your own boss, setting up your own business, right? So in that journey of, trying to listen to what you want to do and you have a degree in fashion business versus what you're doing now, which is helping people with visa and real estate, is a totally different direction. I know there were a certain skill set that you can leverage up on. I'm just curious, how do you get to from being working in studying in fashion background and transition into the real business in helping people getting their visa or finding home here in Thailand? Like in that process of finding what the right business for you, can you share more about that process?
Definitely. So, something about my life is I've always found relationships really important, whether business relationships, friendship, family. That always has been a high priority to me without me like fully realizing it. So, business is all about, communication and relationships. So, that's something knew I was already realized the importance of. But so when I traveled abroad, studied abroad, and was meeting people all over the world and hearing everyone's different perspectives about work and life balance, I only had 1 year of university left. So I did that and then immediately moved to Thailand. So I came to Thailand to teach English because I figured that's something I would be good at. I enjoy public speaking and I wanted to give back. So that was the easiest way to move to Thailand and tell my family what I was doing. And yeah, so that's how I started my journey in Chiang Mai.
Wow. Why Thailand?
It's a great question. I honestly didn't think that hard. Like I had no contacts in Thailand. I was sitting like in the corporate world Googling how do I get out of America and get paid like literally because I had studied abroad, I definitely needed to earn some income, but right out of university, you're not sure what type of job you can get yet. So, yeah, kind of Thailand popped up and I had never been to Asia before, only the US and Europe. And yeah, I honestly had no idea. I chose Thailand and it was a great choice.
Oh, yeah, you have been here for 9 years
Yes.
already. So from graduate from fashion background into teaching English in Thailand, then what's next? How do you get
Yeah.
into the visa business?
Yeah, so I taught English for a full 2 years. So I really enjoyed it. And what I enjoyed the most was like the cultural integration. Right away from day one, I discovered how lovely Thai people are and this country is just from being in the teachers, lounge. The teachers always sharing food with you. It was just a really nice entrance into Thailand. And I always tell people that when a Thai person wants to share food with you, no matter what setting, eat it with them. Like that is Thailand's number one way to, enter. And the students were, well behaved in their different ways, but I just really enjoyed the challenge. It was definitely not easy because going straight into, teaching's not corporate, but of course they have their own levels of hierarchy and learning who your boss is and talking to different people, the cultural structure of Thailand. So I did feel like I was fully using my business brain in that aspect too, because again, fostering relationships, understanding the work setting between the students and the parents. So I really enjoyed it and the creativity of making like the lesson plans and the school was still flexible and like fostering creativity. I knew there was going to be a time limit to the teaching. I could be a teacher my whole life, I would still be happy, but there was something more for me to really create my own business and help people in a different way. So my business actually started by just helping teachers move to Thailand. So basically exactly what I did, I then started offering that service because there are companies that have existed for many years about helping teachers move here and I was going to sign up for a program myself, but I decided not to. I'm like, I'll just show up, see what happens. If I can't get a job, I'll figure out something else. But for my own journey, I realized like the type of schools you want to work at and just my own experience learning the do's and don'ts, I realized I had some value that I could share with other people. And the main thing was that I was the happiest I had ever been in my life. And for the amount of people that thought I was so crazy for going to begin with, I'm like, I feel like I've cracked some sort of code, like, this is the place you should be. So I really felt like I had value to share with people.
Yeah. Wow. I love the tips around sharing food with Thai people. That is true. When I work in a corporate as well, the moment that we bond together is the moment that where someone drop a snack in the middle table
Yeah.
and everyone run to grab some and we share that moment. It's like it's the moment to build relationship. And in Thailand, to have a business, the most important thing is relationship, right? Yeah, so I would love to know more around as a foreigner who start business in Thailand and who doesn't speak Thai. For sure, I'm sure you speak now. But I imagine when you start out a business, that is my assumption, but correct me if I'm wrong, that your Thai may not be as good as now. And you have to work with, Thai department, Thai government, and it's not that simple to work with. And I can say that because I am a Thai person. I know that working with the government office is another story. It's a lot of system, a lot of things to work around. Rules keep changing all the time. So when you go through that challenges, how what do you learn from that?
Yeah. Um, well, first, one thing about me is I've always been very good at paperwork. So that is something that, helped me exceed from day one in Thailand, just patience. Because actually, when I studied abroad in Paris, I actually like made that program for my school. They only had one study abroad in Paris, and I thought it was way too expensive. And so I just went to the study abroad department. I was like, I want to study abroad in Paris, but I refuse to pay this much money. If I can find a school, do the paperwork, and like confirm my credits can transfer, will you let me go? And they were like, I guess. And now that program that I did, now all the students of my university go to that. So that's just one background about me. So paperwork certainly doesn't scare me. And yes, this is definitely the land of paperwork. And this is something I actually haven't shared publicly before. The first lawyer I used in Thailand, like, she spoke English, that was helpful to me, and it costs money, like, legal fees are actually pretty high in Thailand. Legal fees are expensive around the world, but people expect that legal things should almost be, like, free in Thailand, which I don't understand. So, the fee to set up my business was about, like, $5,000 at that time between all the paperwork, office, everything, and I didn't really have that disposable income yet, on my teaching salary of making 30,000 baht a month, $1,000 a month. So the lawyer I worked with was so kind that I actually tutored her daughter in English. So I paid her like in balances, and then she helped take off the balances by me tutoring her daughter, and then I was tutoring her staff in English. So that is just like my hustle of the beginnings of my business.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah, you bring up a really good point around, in the beginning, everyone is thinking about business is beautiful, right? You can see the vision that this could be something that you can help people. But in that beginning, where there is this financial need, where the business hasn't settled, or you probably didn't gain a lot of client in the beginning, and that's where everybody's the stage that everybody will go through as an entrepreneur. And what I like about what you share to me is the mindset to think out of the box on exchange your skill with the lawyer in tutoring her daughter, or even how you start in Paris, where you see the opportunity and you think out of the box and you take that step of asking them on what you need. And it's okay if you didn't get it, right? But we never know that it can also lead into a different thing. And that's where you are here sharing with us now. So thank you for sharing your journey together. Um, and if you were to look back in your younger version, and if you have the wisdom that you have now as current Amanda, what would you like to say to that version of yourself?
Just not taking things so seriously, like the things that go wrong, not making it seem like it's the end of the world because there's always a lesson to be learned. And I feel like we all hear these things. Yeah, bad things happen, we learn from it. But when you're in that moment, it's difficult to think about the future. And then when you sit in bad things that happen, whatever the scale it is, of course, everything that happens has a different scale of difficulty. But just looking at the other side and seeing, like, even if I can't understand how this can help me now, maybe in 6 months, in a year, something else is going to happen. And then this is going to feel like nothing. So, really, just like patience and, yeah, not sweating the hard stuff that goes wrong too much because there's usually a solution and something to be learned from it.
Yeah, yeah, and that's a great wisdom that we am also learning every day to not take things so seriously
Yep.
and find a moment to laugh it off, right? Or find someone that
Yeah.
we trust that we can be ourselves and talk about it. Yeah, so if there are the three words that you want to give to people to inspire people who in their journey of thinking about starting their own business, but they are going through that phase of thinking about, oh, will I be able to make it? Will I be able to make this happen? Will I be able to make profit from it? Like, what would be the three words of wisdom that you want to share to those who are at the beginning of that journey?
Patience, number one. Yeah, patience is the key to everything, you know? Things might not happen for 2 years, and if you give up, you're never going to see what happens. So, if an entrepreneur lacks patience, they might as well give up because nothing good happens quickly. And anyone that tells you, like, this is an overnight success is lying to you. There really are truly no overnight successes. It's you set yourself up open up many opportunities for many years. I don't think there's any true real overnight success.
Yeah, I second that. I think there were a lot of times when we see people who already have a show around their success, we didn't see what's going on behind the scene, where there is the beginning stage that we all have to go through around how are we going to fund ourselves and our business at the same time? How are we going to hold that vision that, yeah, we believe that it's going to happen? And we have to walk ourselves through that journey of patience. I really like the highlight that you share with us today. So thank you so much. And if people want to find your service or want to get connect with you, can you share how people can find you?
Definitely. So my company's name is Settle in Abroad, and we're on all social media, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. That's the main ones. LinkedIn, you can find me on LinkedIn, Amanda Gedney, and we're always posting new content, new videos. Our website is Settle.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much, Amanda, for joining the show. I've learned a lot from you, and your story is going to inspire a lot of people. And it's so exciting that you're already in Thailand for 9 years.
Yes, yes, just 9 years last month. So, yeah, thank you so much. And
Wow.
it's so nice talking to you always. And I look forward to seeing you around Thailand. Yep.
Okay, bye
All
bye.
right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye.
I would love to connect with you. And it would also mean a lot to me if you could share it with a friend or leave a review on the episode. A little bit about me. I'm a trauma informed life coach with 16 years of experience in the corporate world and 8 years as a coach. I have been helping business owners and executives tap into real confidence and make clearer decisions. And if you are in the season of change and want a personal light touch, feel free to reach out about my one-on-one coaching program. I'm always happy to connect with you. And come back for a new episode next week. And until then, keep being kind to yourself.